To debate the state of affairs in the police service days after there were allegations that graduate and disabled officers have started resigning from their positions after the National Police Service Commission reduced their salaries by as much as half last week. The adjustments, which have mainly affected graduate police officers and those disabled in the line of duty, were effected this month despite a court order directing the government not to implement the reviews by the NPS. The chairman of the National Police Service Commission, Johnson Kavuludi, has, however, denied claims that officers' salaries have been reduced. This was a main discussion this morning in Parliament. Let's just listen in to what was said.
The police officers are suffering in silence. Their bosses are so arrogant. I watched one of their bosses speaking in the media, and it's dismissive. He says, we have trained other 10,000 police officers. It doesn't matter if 1,400 resigns. That kind of attitude. How do you expect the police who are watching TV and watching an individual, their boss, speak like that? How do you expect this police service, these police officers to be motivated to do their work? On the issue of salaries that have been talked about, if someone has been awarded salary, there is no way you can reduce that person's salary under the excuse that he was wrongly awarded. And this person has been paid this salary for some period of time. What is the problem? If someone awarded this salary wrongly, that person should be the first to be shown the door. We need to see this Kenyan who awarded these police officers salaries illegally. And by the way, if you are recruiting a graduate to the police force, and we want to encourage that our police service should even have more graduates, because we want intelligence also. Police service is not just about carrying a gun and firing and shooting. That is why sometimes they make mistakes. We also need some level of intellect. We need these people to be more intelligent. And if they were put in some grade, earning about 36,000, Mr. Speaker, then you wake up one morning and say that that salary has been wrongly awarded. You are reducing it from 36,000 to 18,000. When you are asked, you see the chairman of the Police Service Commission talking like a very ignorant person, more ignorant than ordinary Kenyan in the street, saying no one's salary has been reduced. And then the police spokesman on the same day, in another TV station, is saying we have reduced the salary because it was wrongly awarded. Now, between the chairman of the Police Service Commission and the spokesman of the police, who is telling Kenyans the truth? I think this is something that we must stop. And this bad habit actually is brought to this country by SRC. This bad habit of reducing people's salary. And you know, when it affects members of parliament, every Kenyan clap and hail it. Even if you are my enemy, you cannot have your salary reduced. Once you are given that salary, the best that can happen is to maintain it at that point for a period of time to have others be harmonized with your salary. But you cannot give someone a salary and reduce it. Then you get another excuse that there are some people whose salary is being reduced, who are being now subjected to tax. When the law is very clear that if you are disabled, any Kenyan who is disabled, including a member of parliament, is not supposed to be subjected to taxation. Now you start taxing police officers who are disabled because there is some corruption within the system. Now you even start taxing people who are genuinely and physically disabled.
Where will you get that spirit of actually providing security to these citizens, Honorable Speaker? If your own conditions are unfair, if your own salary cannot actually sustain you, police force have been given many sad names. They are called corrupt, they are called all sorts of names, Honorable Speaker. It is not their problem, Honorable Speaker. If you are comfortable, let us just even take an example as a member of parliament. The reason why most members of parliament are not in this house is because some things are not in order. Maybe there are problems in their own consciences, there are personal problems they want actually to attend. The same thing, because we are human beings, the same thing, Honorable Speaker, appears also to the police force. If you yourself, your conditions are not fair. Honorable Speaker, I wonder what is actually happening with the so-called Salary and Remuneration Commission, SRC. I think we need to be very critical as members of parliament who are here, because every time the SRC are given opportunity to review salary, they have never I've never heard where they increase salary, Honorable Speaker. I think the SRC have mistaken the word review to mean reduce, because they are good at reducing salary. We have never seen them increasing. I think we have to analyze very well and tell them the word review means you are expected to increase, not actually to decrease, Honorable Speaker, because these people, Kenyans, have suffered just because of SRC. Honorable Speaker, I have police officers in my area, the so-called, you call it Northern Kenya. And I want honorable members to understand that when you say people, officers who are working in Northern Kenya are really suffering, this is the reasons why we say, Honorable Speaker. One, most of these people in northern areas, these northern areas are very insecure. The communities who are there, Al-Shabaab who are there, are well informed. They are well trained. They can kill anyone anytime, Honorable Speaker. They know the terrain of that place. So when you take someone's child who has been in Nairobi to go to northern Kenya, to go to Turkana, people who are born knowing how to do these things in northern, and then you say they are just killed without them knowing. That is why we say we have to motivate officers who have decided to go and serve Kenyan in such areas.